Earth was just a backwater planet, until the galaxy realized what we're capable of. HFY Sci-fi Store Earth was just a backwater planet. Most of the galaxy barely noticed it. The stars around it were old and ordinary. Humans lived on a planet that had beauty, yes, but also hardship. Oceans covered most of the surface, mountains cut the skies, and storms came without warning. Life was never easy. From the beginning, humans had to fight to survive. That fight had shaped them, made them clever, and made them strong, even if the galaxy did not know it. Captain Ethan Brooks leaned back in his chair, staring at the large screen that showed the council meeting far above the Milky Way. The chamber was massive, with glowing lights and alien representatives from dozens of star systems. Some floated in the air, some moved on many legs, and some looked like giant crystals with eyes. Their voices echoed and hummed, sending vibrations through the hall. Humans had only been allowed to join the council 10 years ago. Most aliens treated them like children who did not understand the galaxy's ways. Earth will not be given defense support, the council speaker said. Its voice was thin and metallic, echoing over the chamber. Outer Rim colonies must find protection elsewhere. This planet is small and weak. It is not worth resources. Ethan Brooks did not flinch. He only nodded slowly. Beside him, Commander Lily Carter frowned, tapping her fingers on the console. Engineer Noah Bennett rubbed the back of his neck, glancing at the screens that displayed reports from the Outer Rim. Pirates had attacked small colonies again. They were raiding slowly, quietly, without fear of any real opposition. The council did nothing. They never did. "They think we are small," Lily said, her voice low but sharp. Her eyes burned with a quiet fire. "They think we cannot fight back." "We are small," Ethan said, "for now, but we will not stay small forever." Far from Earth, in the Outer Rim near a mining colony called Haven 12, the situation was worse. The colony was attacked at dawn. The raiders came without warning. They tore through the mining vessels, stealing supplies, destroying machines, and threatening the workers. The humans there sent a distress call immediately. They knew no one would help. The council's decision was clear. They did not care. But Earth answered. Humans did not leave their own kind behind. 3 human ships jumped into the Haven 12 system. Their hulls were thick, their engines loud, and their designs simple. They did not gleam like the sleek alien ships, nor did they glide elegantly through space. They were built to last, built to fight. Captain Ava Mitchell led the small fleet. She scanned the area, her hands steady on the controls. The raiders laughed when they saw the human ships. "Small, slow, and heavy," one of their commanders said. They were confident that victory would be easy. Then the battle began. Human ships did not fight like the aliens expected. They moved straight into danger, cutting through enemy lines without hesitation. Their rail cannons fired rapidly, tearing through pirate hulls. Missiles tracked their targets even through the raiders' electronic jamming. The humans had learned one thing well: precision, courage, and endurance mattered more than speed or elegance. No retreat, no hesitation. Every shot counted. Ethan Brooks watched from the command center on Earth as the fight unfolded in real time. He did not celebrate. He did not shout. He only watched carefully, calculating, planning the next steps. Commander Lily Carter monitored the fleet systems, ensuring every drone, every cannon, and every shield worked perfectly. Engineer Noah Bennett made minor adjustments to the fleet's energy flow, keeping the engines hot, the weapons ready, and the shields strong. Within 20 minutes, the pirate fleet was destroyed. Ships exploded in brilliant flashes. Survivors surrendered when they realized the humans would not stop. The colonists on Haven 12 cheered, though they were careful to stay low and safe. Their lives were saved by humans who had been underestimated for decades. The galaxy began to notice. Ships from other systems picked up the battle reports. Some aliens stared at the news with disbelief, others with concern. Humans had fought without council support and had won. That was something the galaxy had never expected. Back on Earth, President Daniel Harper watched the battle reports. He did not smile. Instead, he called a meeting with his top leaders. General Ryan Cole, Admiral Grace Morgan, and Captain Ethan Brooks gathered in a conference room with screens that showed maps of the solar system and nearby colonies. They discussed the situation calmly, without panic. "The outer rim is unstable," Ryan Cole said. "The council is weak. They argue too much. They cannot protect their colonies." Daniel Harper nodded. "We don't want war," he said, "but we will not let anyone attack our people. If the galaxy thinks Earth is small and weak, they will learn the truth soon." Across the galaxy, not everyone watched with worry. The Korth Dominion, a powerful alien empire known for conquering weaker species, saw an opportunity. They had heard of the humans' actions on Haven 12, and they thought it was only a small demonstration of force. They underestimated humanity. They sent a fleet toward the solar system, believing that this would be an easy conquest. But humans were ready. Deep within the asteroid belt, massive defense platforms powered up. Hidden stations under the surface of the moon activated. Human engineers had spent decades building secret facilities, unseen by the galaxy. Ships larger than any aliens had expected moved silently into position, ready to defend the homeworld. Their weapons were simple in appearance, but deadly in function. Rail cannons, energy shields, drone swarms, and missiles, all tested and perfected on Earth before being deployed in space. Captain Ava Mitchell prepared her crew. "Stay focused," she said. "Do your jobs. We will protect our planet and our people. No one will underestimate us again." The Korth fleet entered the solar system, firing first. Bright beams of energy crossed the darkness, but human shields flared and held. The aliens were surprised. The humans' defenses were strong and well-coordinated. Every human ship seemed to know exactly where to be, when to fire, and when to move. The Korth realized quickly that Earth was no ordinary backwater planet. Humans had strength, planning, and courage. They fought not out of anger but because they had no choice. Survival was in their nature. On Earth, Ethan Brooks observed everything, planning not just for today, but for the future. He knew the galaxy would continue to see humans as weak unless humans proved otherwise. But humans did not fight for pride or glory. They fought because they had to, because their history had taught them the value of endurance and intelligence. Each human decision was precise, each movement calculated, and each strike purposeful. Meanwhile, in hidden stations across the solar system, other humans watched. From the moon's secret bases to the shipyards behind Jupiter's clouds, humans moved quietly but effectively. Every engineer, every soldier, every captain understood that this battle was only the beginning. If the galaxy wanted to test humanity, humanity would respond, and respond decisively. The galaxy had ignored humans for too long, and that would soon change. The aliens in the council had thought humans were naive, weak, and simple. But humans had patience. Humans had resilience. Humans had learned to survive on a world that tested every skill, every decision, and every instinct. From harsh winters to scorching deserts, from deadly storms to raging oceans, humans had adapted and grown stronger with each challenge. The galaxy had never seen anything like it. As the sun rose over Earth, casting golden light across oceans and mountains, humans continued their quiet work. Ships repaired, weapons maintained, and crews trained. They did not celebrate. They did not brag. Humans had learned long ago that survival was not about showing off. It was about being ready. The galaxy had dismissed Earth as a backwater planet, a place of little importance. That mistake would not last. Humans would show the universe that being underestimated was a dangerous error. And far above, in the cold and distant reaches of space, the Korth fleet regrouped. They had expected easy victory. They had not counted on humans who would fight with courage, intelligence, and heart. Every alien admiral, every observer, and every council member began to ask the same question quietly. How strong were humans really? How far would they go to defend their homeworld? And most importantly, had they only seen a fraction of what Earth was capable of? Captain Ava Mitchell looked at the stars, the silent emptiness between worlds. "They will learn soon," she said quietly, "and they will remember." Commander Lily Carter smiled slightly, checking the fleet systems. "They already are learning," she said, "even if they do not know it yet." In that moment, Earth seemed quiet, almost ordinary. But beneath the calm, humans moved like shadows, ready to defend, ready to endure, ready to prove that a backwater planet could be more powerful than the galaxy had ever imagined. The galaxy had not seen the full story yet. It would soon learn that Earth was more than just a quiet world. It was a world built for survival, a world full of clever, determined, and unstoppable people. The time of underestimating humanity was over. The news of Haven 12 spread quickly through the galaxy. Ships from distant systems picked up the report and shared it across communication networks. Aliens who had long ignored humans began to notice. Some were shocked, some were afraid, but many still assumed it had been a lucky fight, nothing more. Humans were small. They had simple ships. How could a backwater planet like Earth truly be a threat to the galaxy's great powers? Back on Earth in the command center in Colorado, Captain Ethan Brooks, Commander Lily Carter, and Engineer Noah Bennett gathered with Admiral Grace Morgan and General Ryan Cole. The room was quiet, filled with tension and focus. Screens showed star systems on the edge of known space, highlighting colonies, trading routes, and fleets of alien powers. "The Council will want answers soon," General Cole said. His voice was steady but serious. "They will want to know how we won at Haven 12. They will want details about our ships and tactics." Ethan shook his head slightly. "Let them wonder. We do not owe them our secrets. If anything, we keep our advantage." Admiral Morgan tapped a finger on the main console. "The Korth Dominion might see this as a weakness. They could think Earth is a minor threat that needs to be crushed before it grows stronger." Noah Bennett glanced at the star maps. "If they do attack, they will not expect what we can really do. We've spent years preparing. The galaxy does not know half of our capabilities." Meanwhile, the Zalarians, a race known for elegance and careful calculations, had sent observers near Earth. Their ships moved silently through nearby space, scanning human vessels, studying tactics, and recording every maneuver. They wanted to know how a planet considered primitive could defeat pirates so easily. Back on Earth, President Daniel Harper met with his top officials in a private council chamber. "The galaxy thinks we are weak," he said. "They do not understand our history, our training, or our preparations. We have always survived, even against impossible odds. Now it is time to show that humans are not easily underestimated." The Council discussed defense strategies for the solar system. Intelligence reports indicated that the Korth Dominion was mobilizing a fleet far larger than anything the galaxy had seen in years. They were confident of victory, believing that Earth could be conquered with minimal effort. Admiral Grace Morgan addressed the fleet commanders. "The Korth think they are stronger," she said. "They believe Earth is a backwater planet with simple ships and weak crews. They are wrong. Every fleet, every station, every weapon is ready. We do not fight for glory. We fight to survive, and we will not fail." Captain Ava Mitchell prepared her crew on the lead human ship, the Horizon. Her eyes scanned the control panels, but her mind already moved forward, predicting every possible scenario. "This will not be easy," she said, "but we have trained for this. We have endured storms, disasters, and attacks on our planet. The galaxy has never faced humans united. They will learn what we are capable of, and they will wish they had listened." Commander Lily Carter double-checked the communications system. All systems operational. Drones deployed. Missiles armed, shields at maximum, engines hot. Noah Bennett nodded. The Korth will find that Earth is not just a single world. Every moon, every asteroid, every hidden platform is ready. They will have nowhere to strike without meeting resistance. The Korth fleet began moving closer to the solar system. Thousands of ships, sleek and deadly, approached at high speeds. Their leaders believed that humans would surrender quickly, but humans had never surrendered. They had survived plagues, natural disasters, and wars that had destroyed nations. Survival was in their nature. Deep in the asteroid belt, human defense stations activated. Massive cannons emerged from their covers, shields expanded, and automated drones moved into formation. The human fleet, hidden until now, jumped into key positions throughout the solar system. Every ship, from the smallest fighter to the largest battleship, had a purpose. Every crew member had trained for this moment for years, some for decades. The Korth fired first, bright beams crossing the darkness of space. The humans' shields flared, absorbing the energy without faltering. Then humans responded. Their attacks were precise and coordinated. Rail cannons cut through enemy hulls. Drone swarms intercepted incoming missiles. Missiles that could track through electronic interference found every target. Captain Ava Mitchell coordinated with other ship leaders using silent hand signals and prearranged codes. They did not speak much, but every command was understood. Their efficiency and precision amazed even themselves. No alien race had ever fought with this level of coordination in the galaxy. The battle lasted for hours. Each side tested the other, but humans had prepared for every possibility. Korth ships were fast, heavily armed and numerous, but they had not accounted for human ingenuity. The humans used decoys, traps, and sudden ambushes. Hidden platforms fired gravity disruptors that pulled enemy ships into asteroid fields. Missile swarms exploded near their engines, slowing or stopping entire fleets. From Earth's command center, Ethan Brooks watched every movement. He did not celebrate when a Korth ship was destroyed. Instead, he planned the next steps. Every alien victory was a lesson. Every human victory was a tool. This battle was not just for survival, it was for respect. The galaxy would have to acknowledge humans or face consequences. As night fell on Earth, the battle continued in space. The skies over cities were filled with light from communication arrays, satellites, and orbital stations. People on the surface could not see the fight, but they knew what it meant. The lives of their friends, families, and children were being defended by humans who had learned how to survive against impossible odds. Admiral Grace Morgan smiled as she watched the fleet. "They think they are attacking a small, weak planet," she said. "They will remember this day." Captain Ava Mitchell responded quietly, "They will learn, but we must be careful. We cannot let arrogance or overconfidence guide us. Every move counts." Noah Bennett monitored the energy flow to weapons and shields. "They will keep coming," he said. "We can win this fight, but we must stay precise. One mistake and it could be costly." The Korth fleet, frustrated by repeated losses, sent reinforcements. More ships appeared from distant jump points, attempting to surround the solar system. But humans had already predicted this. Hidden jump gates and rapid deployment systems allowed fleets to appear suddenly in critical locations. Human fighters and drones intercepted reinforcements before they could join the main force. The battle reached a point that few could have imagined. Humans were not just defending, they were controlling the flow of the fight. They used their environment, technology, and tactics to neutralize the advantage of larger, faster alien ships. Each Korth strike was met with resistance, each attempt to retreat or advance blocked. The aliens began to realize something terrifying. Humans were not weak. Humans were not lucky. Humans had been preparing for this silently for decades. Every weapon, every strategy, every ship had been designed for endurance and adaptability. The Korth Dominion had assumed they would face a minor annoyance. Instead, they faced a force that could think, adapt, and endure beyond anything they had seen. On Earth, President Daniel Harper addressed his advisors. "This is only the beginning," he said. "The galaxy has underestimated us for too long. We do not want war, but we will defend ourselves and our people. If the galaxy wants to test humans, let them come. They will see what we are capable of." Back in the command center, Ethan Brooks turned to Lily Carter. "We have shown them that we can fight. But we need the galaxy to understand who we are. Not just the Council, not just the Corps, everyone." Lily nodded. "We will, but first we finish this fight. Every ship, every crew member must hold their position. This is not just a battle, it is a lesson." The battle raged on for hours more. Human endurance was unmatched. Ships that could have been destroyed were repaired mid-fight. Drones replaced human crews in dangerous zones. Missiles and rail cannons struck with deadly accuracy. The Corps began to retreat, losing more ships than they had expected. As the last Corps ships jumped back to distant space, human forces regrouped. No one cheered. No one celebrated openly. There was work to do. Damage needed repair. Systems needed maintenance. And yet quietly, a message spread across the galaxy. Humans were not what they seemed. The Council had assumed humans were a minor power. They were wrong. Pirates had assumed humans were weak. They were wrong. The Corth Dominion had assumed humans were simple and predictable. They were wrong. From secret bases across the solar system, humans prepared for the next challenge. They knew the galaxy would test them again, but humans were ready. They had survived storms, disasters, wars, and extinction events on their own planet. Now they were ready to survive the galaxy itself. Captain Ava Mitchell looked at the stars. "They will remember this," she said. Lily Carter checked the systems one last time. "Yes, and they will think twice before underestimating Earth again." Ethan Brooks turned from the screens, watching the calm surface of Earth below. "For too long, the galaxy ignored us. That time is over. Soon, everyone will know what humans are capable of." And so, quietly, humans waited. The battle was over for now. But the galaxy had seen a glimpse of their true strength. Earth was more than a backwater planet. Humans were clever, strong, and patient. They had survived everything the galaxy had thrown at them, and they would survive anything yet to come. The story of humanity had begun to change. The galaxy had been warned, and humans would not be underestimated again. The galaxy was buzzing with questions. Every major system wanted to know how humans had defeated pirates so easily and repelled the Corth fleet. Rumors flew through trading channels, scientific networks, and military forums. Some aliens whispered that humans had secret weapons far beyond what the Council had ever allowed them to have. Others argued that humans were lucky or that the Corth had made mistakes. In the Council chamber, the tension was thick. Alien leaders argued loudly, their voices mixing into a chaotic hum. Ambassador Claire Dawson represented Earth. She stood quietly, her posture straight, listening to accusations, doubts, and theories. No one had expected humans to speak in the Council like this. Humans were known for their silence. They rarely argued, rarely shouted, rarely demanded attention. "You have hidden your strength," a silver-skinned Zalorian said, its many eyes blinking in shock. "Your ships, your weapons, they should not be capable of such efficiency. Explain yourselves." Claire Dawson's voice was calm and clear. "We did not hide our strength. We prepared. We survived on a planet that demanded survival every day. We adapted. We endured. And now we defend ourselves and others who cannot defend themselves." The Council murmured. Some aliens looked uneasy. Some looked skeptical. But humans did not raise their voices. They did not yell. They only spoke truth. That was more powerful than any argument or weapon. On Earth, President Daniel Harper watched the live feed of the Council. "They still do not understand," he said. "They see the ships, the tactics, the victories, but they do not see the full story. They do not know what it takes to survive on Earth. They do not know what it takes to become human. In Colorado, Ethan Brooks, Lily Carter, and Noah Bennett prepared new reports and simulations for the Council. Every detail of the Haven 12 battle and the Korth encounter was presented. Every tactic was explained, but only to show human logic, not to give away weaknesses. Humans were careful. They did not trust the galaxy yet. Meanwhile, the Korth Dominion recovered from their defeat. Their leaders were furious. No one had ever resisted them like this before. They had assumed humans would be like the other minor races they conquered, weak, slow, and easy to overwhelm. They had been wrong. The Korth fleet had suffered heavy losses. Entire squadrons had been destroyed or captured. Admiral Grace Morgan stood on the deck of the Horizon, reviewing after-action reports. "They still think we are small," she said. "They still do not understand our history, but they are learning." Captain Ava Mitchell nodded. "Every fleet, every base, every ship has a lesson to teach, and we will continue teaching it until the galaxy understands. We do not seek war, but we will defend ourselves and we will survive. That is enough to change everything." In the council chamber, Claire Dawson continued her speech. "Humans do not seek to dominate. We do not seek glory or conquest. We prepare, we survive, we adapt, and we defend those who cannot defend themselves. We have lived on a planet that tested every skill, every decision, every instinct. The galaxy has underestimated us for too long. That mistake cannot happen again." The council was quiet for a moment. Some alien species were thinking, others were afraid, and a few were curious. Humans had survived natural disasters, plagues, wars, and even near-extinction events. Other species had rarely faced challenges like that. Humans had trained for survival their entire history, and the galaxy was only beginning to see it. Deep under the surface of Earth, hidden facilities and shipyards continued their work. Massive factories on the far side of the moon produced new ships and weapons. Advanced drive systems were tested on stations around Jupiter. Every project was a step forward in human capability. They did not seek to intimidate, but they prepared for anything. Captain Ethan Brooks visited one of the moon's secret bases. Engineers and pilots worked silently but efficiently, checking systems, testing weapons, and running simulations. "The galaxy thinks this is a small operation," he said. "They do not realize how much effort has gone into every ship, every station, every platform." Engineer Noah Bennett smiled, adjusting a plasma emitter on a drone. "They think humans are simple," he said, "but we have learned from thousands of years of struggle. Our planet made us clever, strong, and patient. The galaxy will see that soon enough." Commander Lily Carter reviewed the simulation reports. "They will learn the truth eventually," she said. "We only need to show enough to protect ourselves. The galaxy does not need to know everything. It only needs to know that we are not weak." Meanwhile, the Korth Dominion tried to send spies and scouts to gather information. They wanted to understand how humans could fight like this, with small ships and simple designs, yet destroy massive fleets. Every attempt failed. Humans had prepared for surveillance, hacking, and stealth attacks. Every intruder was discovered and neutralized quietly, without raising alarms. Back on Earth, President Daniel Harper addressed the public. "The galaxy has always underestimated humans," he said. "We have survived every challenge thrown at us by our planet, by nature, and by ourselves. We have fought when we had no choice, defended when we had to, and prepared for the unknown. Today, the galaxy sees a glimpse of what humans can do. We will not ask for their respect. We will earn it." The council finally realized something crucial. Humans were not weak. They were not simple. They were patient, clever, and enduring. Every choice, every strategy, every design decision had been honed by centuries of survival. Earth had produced a people who could adapt, fight, and endure like no other in the galaxy. On the bridge of the Horizon, Captain Ava Mitchell spoke quietly to her crew. "They think we are a small, backwater planet. Let them think that for a while. Let them underestimate us. But when they need help, when they need survival, they will remember who we are, and we will be ready. Admiral Grace Morgan nodded. Patience is our ally, silence is our strength, and the galaxy will see that Earth is not what they expected. At the council, some alien leaders argued that humans were dangerous. If a backwater planet can destroy a fleet, what else are they capable of? One said. We cannot predict what they might do next. Claire Dawson replied calmly, we are capable of defending ourselves. That is all. We do not seek conquest. We do not seek revenge. We simply survive. And if the galaxy wants peace, it must understand that humans will never allow themselves to be conquered. In the Outer Rim, colonies that had once been ignored now looked at Earth differently. They sent messages asking for help, for advice, for protection. Humans responded quietly but firmly, sending supplies, defense systems, and small fleets. They did not seek to dominate, but they made it clear that help came at their own terms. Respect was earned, not demanded. Deep in secret bases across the solar system, human scientists and engineers worked on new technologies. Faster drives, advanced shields, precise weapons, and automated drones, all were being perfected. Humans had learned from every battle, every survival challenge, and every test. They were not rushing into war, but they were ready for any threat. Captain Ethan Brooks walked through the moon base, observing crew members running drills. He spoke to one of the engineers, Maria Daniels. Do you ever wonder if the galaxy will truly understand us? He asked. Maria smiled. They will, eventually, but they have to see it for themselves. That is how humans earn respect, not by shouting or showing off. By surviving, enduring, and winning when it counts. Commander Lily Carter joined them. And when the galaxy sees us, they will know, Earth is not a backwater planet. Humans are more than they imagined. Every mistake they made underestimating us will cost them. Not in war, necessarily, but in respect. Even the Korth Dominion began to change its attitude. Their leaders, though furious, could not ignore the human capability. They began to see humans as more than a minor nuisance. They were patient, intelligent, and resourceful. Any future attack would require serious planning, preparation, and caution. President Daniel Harper watched the council discussions from Earth. We have made a statement, he said. The galaxy has started to see who we are, but this is only the beginning. We must continue to prepare, continue to defend, and continue to endure. That is the way of humanity. Back in orbit, Captain Ava Mitchell looked out at the stars. They will test us again, she said. They always do, but humans are ready. We have survived worse on our own planet. The galaxy is nothing compared to the challenges we have already overcome. Commander Lily Carter nodded. And when the galaxy truly understands, it will realize that Earth is not a backwater planet. It is a guardian. It is a world that endures, and humans are a species that cannot be ignored. As Earth rotated beneath them, calm and ordinary in appearance, humans prepared silently, steadily, and efficiently. Ships were repaired, weapons improved, and crews trained. The galaxy had begun to notice humans, but humans were not rushing to prove anything further. They had patience, skill, and endurance. That was their strength. And the galaxy, slowly, reluctantly, began to understand. Humans were not just survivors. Humans were clever, adaptable, and dangerous when they had to be. Earth was no longer just a backwater planet. It was a place of strength, a place that had been underestimated, and a people who would not be overlooked again. Captain Ava Mitchell, standing on the Horizon's bridge, spoke quietly to her crew. They will know who we are, she said. Not because we demand it, but because we show it. And when the galaxy finally sees all of our strength, they will never make the mistake of underestimating Earth again. The Council learned that humans were patient. They learned that humans were clever. They learned that humans survived and thrived where others would have failed. And slowly, the story of Earth changed across the galaxy. No longer was it seen as a backwater planet. Humans were quietly, steadily, showing the galaxy their true capability, and it was only the beginning. The Korth Dominion had not forgotten their defeat. Their fleet, though battered, had begun to rebuild. Thousands of ships were gathering in the dark regions of the galaxy, far beyond known systems. They had sent scouts, spies, and signals, all reporting the strength, tactics, and endurance of human forces. Their leaders were furious, but they were also cautious. No empire had ever been resisted like this. The humans had patience, skill, and courage that the Korth had not seen in any other species. On Earth, Captain Ethan Brooks, Admiral Grace Morgan, and General Ryan Cole convened in the main command center. Large screens displayed the incoming Korth fleet. Thousands of ships, gleaming black and silver, moved like shadows through the void, heading straight for the solar system. The Council had warned humanity, but they offered no assistance. Humans would face this threat alone. That was exactly how they wanted it. Captain Ava Mitchell stood on the bridge of the horizon, her hands resting lightly on the control panel. "They think they can overwhelm us with numbers," she said. "They do not understand our preparation, our training, or our patience." Commander Lily Carter double-checked the fleet systems. All jump gates are ready, drone swarms are deployed, missile arrays are armed, shields are at maximum, engines at full capacity. Engineer Noah Bennett nodded. "They will be surprised. We have hidden platforms, secret stations, and hidden fleets throughout the solar system. Every asteroid, moon, and orbital base is ready. They will have nowhere to strike without facing resistance." The Korth fleet arrived at the edge of the solar system. The humans waited silently, hidden among asteroids, behind moons, and within the shadows of orbital stations. Then, without warning, human ships appeared from jump gates, emerging behind the Korth armada, cutting off their retreat. The first beams of energy fired by the Korth were met by flares of human shields. Missiles struck alien ships with perfect precision. Drones swarmed around enemy fighters, intercepting them before they could reach human vessels. The battle began not as a fight but as a lesson in strategy, patience, and endurance. Captain Ava Mitchell coordinated with her team, giving commands that were calm and precise. "Focus fire on the forward squads. Keep the drones in formation. Do not let them separate. Protect the stations. Protect the jump gates." Every human ship followed these commands perfectly. No hesitation, no mistakes. The Korth were furious. Their commanders shouted orders, attempting to reorganize, but every move was anticipated. Humans had studied their tactics, predicted their behavior, and prepared counters for every scenario. Ships that seemed small and simple destroyed entire enemy wings with careful planning and precise strikes. On Earth, President Daniel Harper watched the battle unfold on large displays. "The galaxy will see what humans are capable of," he said. "They have ignored us for too long. This will make them understand." In the outer reaches of the solar system, hidden fleets emerged from behind Jupiter's clouds, from deep within Saturn's rings, and from secret asteroid stations. They struck the Korth from unexpected angles, forcing them into a defensive posture. Humans had the advantage not just because of skill, but because of patience. They had waited, hidden, and prepared for this moment. Admiral Grace Morgan observed the fight. "They do not expect coordinated attacks from so many directions. They thought numbers alone would overwhelm us. They are learning slowly." Captain Ethan Brooks issued calm, simple commands, directing reinforcements and supply drones where needed. Every human crew member knew their role. Every system functioned as intended. Humanity's patience, planning, and skill turned the battle into a demonstration of power, not chaos. The Korth fleet began to falter. Ships that had been confident and aggressive were now retreating, lost in the complex web of human defenses. Missiles struck engines, rail cannons tore through hulls, and boarding teams captured command vessels. Every mistake by the Korth was met with swift human precision. Even in the midst of chaos, humans remained calm. Captain Ava Mitchell never raised her voice. Commander Lily Carter monitored every system. Engineer Noah Bennett kept weapons and engines at peak performance. Every human acted as part of a whole. No single ship, no single crew member acted alone. President Daniel Harper addressed the fleet in the command centers across Earth. This is what the galaxy must understand. Humans do not seek conquest. We do not seek war, but we will defend ourselves and those who cannot defend themselves. We endure. We survive. And we will show the galaxy the cost of underestimating us. The battle continued for hours. The Korth fleet, once confident and aggressive, began to break apart. Some ships attempted to flee, only to find themselves trapped by human jump gates. Others tried to regroup, only to be destroyed by drones and precise strikes. Humans controlled the battlefield, not by superior technology alone, but by preparation, planning, and endurance. On the bridge of the horizon, Captain Ava Mitchell turned to her crew. Remember, we do not need to destroy everything. We only need to show them that we are not weak. Every ship that retreats, every decision they make now, teaches them the lesson. Commander Lily Carter nodded. And they are learning. Every move they make proves it. The Korth Dominion finally realized the truth. Their leaders understood that humans were not a minor threat. Humans were patient, clever, adaptable, and deadly when necessary. Every calculation they had made about Earth being a backwater planet had been wrong. Every assumption had been false. Humans did not fight for pride or empire. They fought because survival, protection, and preparation were in their nature. Deep within the solar system, humans coordinated a final strike. The remaining Korth ships were surrounded. They faced destruction if they continued and capture if they surrendered. A message was sent through the Korth network, simple and clear. Leave our system. We do not seek war, but if you attack again, you will not survive. The Korth leaders hesitated. They had never been faced with a species that could fight like this. Their pride clashed with reason. Slowly, they ordered a retreat. Thousands of ships vanished into jump points, leaving the solar system behind. Humans did not pursue. They did not gloat. They simply returned to their positions, repaired damage, and continued their quiet work. The galaxy had witnessed something remarkable. A backwater planet had defended itself against a major empire, not by luck or brute force alone, but by endurance, skill, preparation, and patience. Captain Ethan Brooks looked at the stars, thinking quietly. The galaxy has learned the first lesson, he said. Earth is not weak. Humans are patient. We endure. Admiral Grace Morgan stood beside him. They will remember this day. They cannot ignore it. Humans have proven that we are not to be underestimated. President Daniel Harper addressed the public. Earth has faced its first great test in the galaxy. We have survived and defended ourselves. But the message is clear to every species. Humans are capable, adaptable, and enduring. We do not seek war, but we will defend ourselves. We will protect our people, and the galaxy will learn respect. From the moon's secret bases to stations near Jupiter, human crews continued their work. New ships were tested, weapons were improved, and crews trained quietly. They did not celebrate loudly. Humans had learned long ago that preparation was more important than glory. Respect was earned by actions, not words. Even the council began to change its opinion. Alien leaders who had dismissed humans now studied Earth closely. Trade agreements were reconsidered. Alliances were proposed. Other species began to ask for guidance, for protection, and for cooperation. Humans did not take control, but they quietly set the terms. Respect was given, but only because humans had earned it. Captain Ava Mitchell and Commander Lily Carter stood on the horizon's bridge, watching the calm stars. They finally see us, Lily said softly. Ava nodded. They are starting to, but we do not need their approval. We only need to protect our own. The galaxy will adjust. They always do. On the surface of Earth, people went about their lives as if nothing had changed. Children played in fields, cities bustled, and oceans lapped against the shores. The galaxy may have learned the truth about humans, but life on Earth remained familiar, ordinary, and peaceful. That was another part of humanity's strength. Calm in the face of chaos, ordinary in appearance, extraordinary in action. Deep beneath Earth, hidden stations and shipyards continued their work. Humans were not finished preparing. They had endured worse than this, and they knew that the galaxy would continue to challenge them. Every ship, every weapon, every system was designed to last, to survive, and to succeed when needed. Captain Ethan Brooks, looking at the stars one last time that day, spoke quietly to the crew. The galaxy has learned what humans are capable of. We have shown patience, skill, and endurance, but this is only the beginning. Earth is no longer a backwater planet. Humans are a force that cannot be ignored, and when the galaxy pushes us again, we will be ready. Commander Lily Carter smiled. They underestimated us for too long. They will not make that mistake again. President Daniel Harper, watching quietly from Earth, reflected on the future. We do not seek domination. We do not seek war. We only seek to survive and protect our own. But the galaxy now knows the truth. Humans endure. Humans adapt. Humans are patient. And humans are capable of greatness when it is needed. The galaxy had changed in a single day. Species that had laughed at Earth now spoke with caution. Pirates that had attacked colonies now reconsidered their actions. Even empires like the Korth Dominion learned respect for a people who fought not for glory, but for survival. Captain Ava Mitchell turned to her crew. "The galaxy has seen Earth's strength," she said. "But we do not rest. We continue to prepare, continue to endure, and continue to protect. That is what it means to be human. That is what it means to stand together." And so, quietly and steadily, humans prepared for the future. The galaxy had learned a lesson. Earth was no longer just a backwater planet. Humans were clever, enduring, patient, and capable. They did not rush into war, but if the galaxy threatened them, they would respond with precision, strength, and intelligence that few could match. The stars above seemed calm, but every ship, every station, and every crew member knew that humanity had changed the galaxy forever. Earth had survived, humans had endured, and the galaxy would never underestimate them again.